Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. J.
Greetings, Dr. J here. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about herbalism spaces. I've been to about 3 or 4 herbal conferences, and I've noticed there is an overwhelming majority, I would say 95% white herbalists, white clinical, white indigenous herbalists. And I will say that they do give honor to the land that they stand on, but I just find it interesting that they may mention the land that they stand on, but I never hear anything about foundational Black Americans who are also indigenous to the United States. All of us did not come straight on the boat. I know it's hard for many of us to get our head around because we've been taught that we all came through slavery, and some of us were enslaved and never been to the continent. So yeah, I would give you some people to look up. You can look up Dane Calloway, you can look up Carameo Oahu, you can read They Came Before Columbus by Dr. Ivan Van Sertima. You can read Dr. David Imhotep, The First Americans Were Africans. There's others that I can quote for you or cite for you. If you're willing to do the reading, and if you're willing to go to the bibliography and look and see where they got their information from. If you really want to get to the bottom, then do that. But that's not the purpose of my talk today. The purpose of my talk today is that we're not in these spaces. And that explains why we have an extreme lack in our communities, why we have very, very few herbalists. And there's different types of herbalists. There's folk herbalists, there's indigenous, there's traditional Chinese medicine, traditional Korean medicine, there's Western herbalism, there's Ayurvedic, there's so many different kinds. Clinical, I'm clinical. Clinical is between your physician and your herbalist. So with clinical, we look at the science of it all. We research it. We take it a step further. But what I found is there is a serious lack, and we historically did have herbalism. It came from us. It was part of our culture, just as it is part of First Nations people's culture. We unfortunately have gotten away from that, and there's different reasons why, and I'm not going to discuss those here. But what I will say is, because of that, we continue to eat the standard American diet. We continue to eat food that's not good for us, food that has GMO. I mean, I'm not going to tell you not to eat meat. You're not going to hear that from me, and the reason why is because it's a process. Some people can go straight vegan, some people go straight vegetarian, some people are pescatarian, some people are generally vegetarian. They might have meat every once in a blue moon, maybe it's just chicken. I mean, I can't tell you where, I won't put down anyone's diet because it's a process getting to that point, and it's not an easy process. But I will tell you that we have fast food all over our community. There's fast food on every corner. There's fried this and fried that. There's some things that we have in our communities that really, please someone explain to me why we're still in this condition. Fast food on every corner, a liquor store on every corner, a beauty supply on every corner that's not owned by us, a church on every corner, and we still have the same problems in our community. So food-wise, we have food deserts. We don't have good food. We don't have Whole Foods. We don't have Sprouts. We don't have a Trader Joe's. We don't have that. We are starting to get farmers markets. We need more of those. We need to grow food in our backyard. We just do. And food and herbs are medicinal. Some herbs have medicinal properties. And at this point in the game, we're being turned away from good health care. So how do you get that? You get that by taking charge of your own health. We have to decide what's more important. What's more important? Is it weave more important? Is it more important to look good, or is it more important to actually have better health? And I had someone ask me, make a statement that there are people that are, dying, people have diabetes and heart problems and all this stuff, and they're very healthy and they take care of their health. And that doesn't even make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me, because at what point did they start taking care of their health? We are all unhealthy. We're breathing this air and we're drinking this water. And yes, I do work out. And yes, I rarely eat out. I cook all my food. I know what I'm eating. And even I sometimes may cheat on a special occasion. But generally, I wasn't taking care of myself my whole life. So, there's choices that we make when we're young that come back to haunt us when we get older. So if you have been eating right your whole life and exercising and have minerals and vitamins, and you're really taking care of yourself, I don't think that, and I'm not a medical doctor. This is just my opinion. I'm a PhD, not an MD. But it just doesn't make sense to me that you would take care of your life, your whole life, and then all of a sudden you come down with these things other than it being put in your food or in your water and the air. That's the only way I can figure that out, because if you really take care of yourself, your body's able to fight. It's able to fight. It is able to recognize these pathogens and fight and get them out. You would know immediately that something's not right. And then it's up to the medical profession to listen to what you're telling them and act accordingly. And look for the root, not just deal with the symptom. So just my 2 cents for today. And let me know what you think in the comments. And may the Most High bless you and keep you. Peace.